Hi, and welcome to week 5 of English 2332. I've just posted up the assignment sheet for your second response paper. The first response papers have been graded and the grades posted. I encourage you to go back and look over those. Let me know if you have any questions. You want to go back to where you submitted it, uh, click on the assignment again, and click on the launch. It's a black, white button. Click on that. It'll pull up your paper along with my comments. The second response paper, very similar to the first, 750 words to 1,000, just over one particular aspect of those three reading assignments, either The Parable of the Cave, Beowulf, or Oedipus Rex, and of course follow format and standard essay structure. Speaking of format, a few people had problems with the format, so I went ahead and made the format handout just a little more visible by moving it up higher in that uh, folder that it's located in. But I encourage you to be sure to review that. It gives you both an example by showing you what your paper should look like, and it also tells you like the name of the font, the style, the spacing, everything you need to know to make sure your paper looks good. Now, the most common problem overall is this. A lot of students try to cover way too much ground. You're looking at a 2 to 3 page paper. There's no way you're going to be able to explain like the entire poem of Gilgamesh. So you really have to narrow the focus. You really have to zoom in on just one specific thing. Well, the instruction says narrow the focus of your paper to by selecting one specific aspect, character, or event from the topic you've selected and focus on that. But don't retell the story, okay? So you don't have to tell me what happened. I know what happened. But if you're going to do The Parable of the Cave, which is a delightful little short story by Plato, it's all about enlightenment. And if I were going to do that, I might focus just on the one thing about that says if this guy had tried to rescue his friends from the cave, they would have killed him. The whole story is told in conditional verb tense with would have and should have and might have, and if he had done that, then this would be might be the result. Lots of unusual verb tenses. But yeah, I focus on the part where they would have killed the person who's trying to rescue them. If I'm doing Oedipus the King, gosh, there's so much to do there. Um, but if I were going to write about Oedipus King, now that's a play by Sophocles, and I would probably focus on Oedipus's scar given to him by the boar, or his use of well, if you want to use of disguises, that's great. But I would focus. He does it several times, so I would focus just on the time he disguised himself as a beggar, or the scene with the marriage bed, or Telemachus's meeting with Athena. So focus just on that one thing, and then tell me how you feel about it. Why you think it happened that way, why you think it didn't happen another way, what would be a more logical outcome than what happened in the thing. Just, your feeling about that one particular thing. What I'm looking for is I want to make sure that you've read the piece and that you understand it and appreciate it. If you're going to do Beowulf, Beowulf's another one with a lot of stuff going on, lots of actions. So you might focus just on his fight with the dragon, Beowulf, or Beowulf's swimming race. He came in second in a two-man swimming race. Or really any one thing that happens or any one specific aspect. Beowulf, of course, he rips the arm off Grendel and beats him to death with it. You can focus on just that part of the poem. But yeah, really narrow the focus, really zero in tight to just one specific little thing, and just pretend like you're talking to me and you're trying to explain the feelings that it creates in you. Remember, and this is at the top of the assignment sheet, that the response paper is meant to be a transformative experience, which means it transforms the writer. As you write the paper, you will discover more and more about the material, about the text. And so feel free to explore, earlier on, a normal person would be overwhelmed by this. But having read the play a couple times, I now understand yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, it's not due till March the 29th, so you got like a month on this one. But spring break is in there, so we have to kind of toss that out. So you got 3 weeks of actual working time on this one. But I do encourage you to get started early, get working on it, and as questions pop up, let me know. send me an email, jfly@southplanscollege.edu, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.